1:11, baby. I had to stop for a poop like 500 meters in. All right, so it's been 3 weeks since Cowai half marathon. What better time to talk about it and reflect upon the events than from when you pretty much can't remember it anymore. So I'm in the middle of a run at the moment. Sorry, Matt, there's no one around, so perfect time for me to talk into a camera and not be too shy. Cowai was a weird one because I was injured before it. I went to the physio, did some strength training like I promised you I was going to do, and yeah, basically did everything I had to do to get me to the start line. And I guess I was lucky that I had my pal James in town. He's also kind of a physio, sports massage guy. I know there's a proper title for it, and I know he'll be mad when I'm getting it wrong.
There we go. Sup, bro? Here we are. Thailand. Out there. I'm in here. Getting ready for a run with Chris.
But he kind of helped me out. It was nice to have somebody to train with as well, for once, which in Bangkok, sadly, I almost never have anybody to train with. So I went to see Ploy at Bangkok Sports Physio, and she rubbed me up a little bit. She made me go in the gym, do a bunch of exercises that, quite frankly, I was terrible at. We had to do a jumping exercise where, as you can see, I don't think my feet even left the floor. She told me I was in the, I think, 15th percentile. And I was like, oh, awesome, so I'm in the top 15%. She said, no, you're in the bottom 15%. So that was good news. But anyway, so we got to a few days before Cowai, and I was kind of like, okay, this could be okay. I'm feeling generally okay. So Saturday morning, we drove over there. There's a beautiful new highway from Bangkok to Cowai, which makes the trip only take like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But the good news is that was closed.
How we getting on, Chris?
Well, basically, we're driving slower than we're going to run tomorrow. We are currently driving at about 1:30 half marathon pace. So it's painful.
How long was the trip supposed to be?
The trip was supposed to be 2 hours, and it's going to be 4. But James is going to make loads of money from the race and buy us all dinner, so. So it took us 5.5 hours to get there. When we finally got there, it was freezing cold. Luckily, my pal had told me a few days before the race that this same race last year was also freezing cold. So we wrapped up nice and warm, checked into the weirdest, dodgiest hotel with sculptures everywhere, and James slept in a teepee. So that was nice for him. Now, the race did not go to plan. We warmed up super early.
Chris, talk to me.
3:30 in the morning. We're jogging along the road in Cowai, the mountains in Thailand. In an hour's time, we get moving from Cowai half marathon. We're at the aid station here. We're a bit early for him. Yeah, they're just as confused as we are about why we're doing this. But today's the day for the PB. 3 years since I run half marathon PB, which was 1:14 flat in the UK. And today, we were sub 1:13, 1:12 something. Low 1:12 would be nice. And James is going to win. I'm coming second. Bringing back steaks tonight. In 2 hours' time, either we'll be absolutely legendary or we'll be looking like a fool. So, if you never see this footage, it did not go well.
Fit check. Fit check.
Saucony. Motive socks. 262 club. And then repping. Oh. AliExpress. Let's go.
We're ready as
We've been drinking broccoli. We've been drinking bicarbonate, like baby food. Doing all the new things on race day that we shouldn't do.
But we also warmed up an hour ago and we've still got 40 minutes to the race, so
time for a nap. Time for a nap. Oh my Jesus. Lined up with 30 minutes to go, and I was like, do I need the toilet? No, it's definitely going to go away before we start the race. Spoiler alert, it did not go away. We literally got to about 200 meters into the race and I was like, oh, I could be in trouble here. So after 500 meters, I ducked into a bush, and I mean, I'll spare you the details of that part, but it cost me probably 45 seconds. I went there with, I guess, 2 goals. 1, PB, 2, make a little bit of cash to pay for the trip. Second place was about 200 quid, and I'd expected, I guess I had hoped that with James being there, James would win, I would come second, everything would be sweet, happy campers. But then I was chasing the guys in 3rd and 4th, and I thought, okay, if I can just get back into 3rd, then at least I can make some money. Terrible view, of course. And I guess there's 2 ways that you can approach these things when this happens. You can either panic and sprint and I guess cost yourself the rest of the race, or you can just settle back into your rhythm, stay calm, take the challenges as they come. Oh man, my shoulder's killing me from holding this camera for so long. So basically I caught the guys in 3rd and 4th after about 7k, just before we got to the hill, settled in and immediately saw my pace was dropping too slow. So we came to the front of that group, ran past them and carried on, and once again in no man's land in a race. So I just cracked on, and to be honest with you, after taking those dodgy broccoli shots and the bike up, I had the best legs I've ever had in a race. I just kept running faster and faster and could not seem to tire myself out. So at about 12-13k I could see James just ahead of me. And I thought, oh, what a good dude. He slowed down to pace me for the final 7k. Obviously not having his best day, but he slowed down to make sure that I get a PB. What a good man. But I caught him at 14k, and sadly, I guess, 8 hours sleep in 2 days was not doing him any favors, and he was completely dying. So we went straight past him, cracked on, and at about 17-18k, we caught into the 10k runners, and I could see the leader just ahead of me. And I was like, oh, okay, perfect. He's not even gonna know we're in the same race. I could sneak past him and get a win. Sadly, got to 19k, came up behind him, and he knew that we were in the same race. Now this guy's like a 105 runner, so we were coming in on 110, 111. The guy was cruising. So he literally saw me and sprinted away. And that was the end of that. So coming into the finish line, it looks like we were only about 5 or 10 seconds apart. We were probably also about 2 heart rate zones apart as well. So that said, came in with a massive PB, 111.45 with the toilet stop. It'd be about 111 flat with the toilet stop. Pretty efficient toileting, I know. Now, at the time, we were about 6 weeks out from Osaka half. No, we're about 6 weeks out from Osaka full. And I would have said, yeah, things are looking ace. Now we're 3 weeks out. I've procrastinated. But the Achilles are still kind of there in the background. Fitness is generally okay. The Kaizen is telling me that I'm in damn good shape. So I guess let's get these final couple of weeks done. Tick off the last few boxes. We've got Amino Vital half this weekend. We're running it as a marathon paced effort. So all I need to do now is stay in one piece. And a PB is definitely on the cards if I can play it well. So look, optimistically, I want to say there's going to be one more video before we get to Osaka. Realistically, they might be pushing it a little bit. Let's try. I'll try and give you a little sneak peek into what a taper looks like. I think this week we're about 130Ks. Next week about 100Ks, and I guess the last week maybe 60, 70Ks. But it's been fun, to be honest. I'm glad that it's almost over. I'm tired. Sadly, I've absolutely burned through all my training partners this build, so it's been pretty lonely. I would say if I've run 120Ks a week, probably 110 of them have been alone. Henry was supposed to be racing Osaka with me. He's injured. Tom had a baby. How selfish. My boys pop in and out of the track. They're just 10K guys, so they don't want to run with me anymore. So I guess I'm just Mr. Lonely. So check back in. I'll try and do one more video before race week. Maybe we'll do a video in race week. I'll have plenty of time now that I won't be running. We fly to Osaka on Thursday night, 2 days before. It's supposed to be 6 degrees. It's freezing cold, man. So hopefully I'll actually still be able to run in 6 degrees. When I ran in Cowai, it's 10 degrees. Amazing. So easy to run in 10 degrees. So you guys in the UK, I don't know what you always complain about with the weather. It's so easy for you.